Hey, welcome back to Devoted Faith. And as a staff, we're praying that these devos are encouraging to you throughout the week. It's also a way for you to see what's on our hearts as we go through our daily readings. And it's a way to see some of these different challenges that God's been revealing to us in our own lives. So hopefully you're enjoying this time and these devos that we're putting together. But my reading this morning is going to be in Numbers chapter 21. But as we know, the Israelites have a problem, right? They have a problem with complaining over and over again during their time in the wilderness. And this time's no different. But in chapter 20, we actually see that Moses he disobeyed God and he struck the rock twice, that rock at Meribah. And so because he disobeyed, God told him he would not enter the promised land. And then as we go on a little further, we see the Israelites hit another roadblock when Edom would not permit them to pass through their land. So then we're coming to chapter 21, and this is where the Israelites are pleading with God to help deliver the Canaanites into their hands, which he did. And now that brings us to verse 4, what I'd like to touch on this morning. So let me read that for you. It says, "From Mount Hor they set out by the way to the Red Sea to go around the land of Edom, and the people became impatient on the way. And the people spoke against God and against Moses. 'Why have you brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no food and no water, and we loathe this worthless food.' Then the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, so that many people of Israel died. And the people came to Moses and said, 'We have sinned, for we have spoken against the Lord and against you. Pray to the Lord that he take away the serpents from us.' So Moses prayed for the people, and the Lord said to Moses, 'Make a fiery serpent and set it on a pole, and everyone who is bitten, when he sees it, shall live.' So Moses made a bronze serpent and set it on a pole. And if a serpent bit anyone, he would look at the bronze serpent and live." Now, first of all, I hate snakes, so I'm really glad this isn't happening to us. But secondly, complaining and focusing on ourselves it's so easy and clear to see in these Israelites. It's easy to point out. And I find myself oftentimes when I'm reading through this thinking, God, please just squish them, right? Because they're so ungrateful. But then I think about my own life and I realize how merciful God is with us. And during this whole COVID shutdown, I really find myself becoming more and more impatient, wanting to get things really back to where they were before this mess. And oftentimes, to be honest, I began complaining and wanted the old days. I want the old days back where, life was comfortable. We could do church as we always knew it to be. And I could run into the store without having something get tangled all up in my beard. But, I've come to realize that my attitude towards everything that's going on is very similar to the Israelites' attitude. And really, it stems from not completely trusting in God and putting my trust in him, knowing that he knows what's going on and that he is a sovereign God and he's allowing this to take place. Now, just yesterday, I talked with an old friend who never really went to church before, but he claimed over the past couple of years that he's been wanting to, and he's been wanting to get his family into church as well. But his kids' sports schedules and his wife wasn't a huge fan of them going all the time. And different things were creating it so that he wasn't able to attend. However, he said this summer has been one of the greatest of his lives. He said, "My family's all getting together on Sunday mornings and watching the church service of their local church." And he said it has really brought his family closer to God. Wow, right? I mean, that's pretty cool. But this conversation really served as a great reminder to me that God's doing some incredible things for his kingdom regardless of the situation we're facing. And just like the Israelites who were being prepared to enter that promised land, and yet they just wouldn't stop focusing on themselves and what they no longer had. Well, we also have this opportunity to stop focusing on ourselves and instead focus on the mission at hand that is still so important that God has called us to be a part of. Our God is in control, and he wants us to trust him and be part of what he's doing, no matter how uncomfortable or different it may be. And the cool thing is that the Israelites had to look to this bronze serpent to be healed. But we're able to look to the blood of Jesus Christ to heal us. So if you've been griping and complaining, as we all have, let's bring it to the cross this morning and be healed. All right. Can't wait to see you all Sunday. God bless.